Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to Plugged In. Today we will be reviewing the FIFINE Tank 3 dynamic microphone. As you can see, I am using it right now and you are hearing what this microphone sounds like raw, unedited, with no kind of presets or audio effects on it at all. So let me know what you think about it straight out of the box down in the comment section. But before we get into the unboxing and everything that comes with the microphone, I just wanted to send a huge thank you out to FIFINE for sending this microphone to me. No, I do not get paid and they do not have any influence on what I say in this video, and my opinions that I will be sharing are my own. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the unboxing. So with the microphone, we'll be talking about the features of the microphone, what comes with the microphone, who this microphone is for, and then I'll also be comparing it to another microphone later in the video. Now with the box, you have very simple packaging. You know, it is a budget friendly microphone, so you know it's just simple packaging. One thing I do wish is that the box would come sealed, you know, just to ensure that the microphone isn't being tampered with or anything. You know how things can be when your products are being shipped, and just like, you know, sometimes people may not take the best care of your items and whatnot, but I do wish that it was sealed. Now on the front of the box, you can see that we do have two options for connectivity. You can use this microphone via XLR, or if you don't have an audio interface, you can use it with USB Type-C. So upon opening the box, you have your Tank 3 user's guide right on top. You can go ahead and set that to the side. We got a nice little layer of foam on top to keep everything nice and protected. Underneath that, we have our USB Type-C cable right here in the back. And then we have the Tank 3 microphone right in front. So it doesn't come with the XLR cable. So if you do want to use it with an audio interface, you'll have to buy a cable for that. But taking the microphone out of the box, man, this is a very solid microphone, man. It's not too heavy, but it does have a great build quality, metal housing, and the microphone feels and looks very good. I like the look of it. It's a very good looking, sleek design. On the microphone itself, you have your knobs on the front for your gain volume, and then you have your headphone volume. On the other side of that, you do have your mute button. When you use this microphone with the USB cable, this will light up green. And then on the bottom of the microphone, you have three ports. You have your XLR port, your USB Type-C port, and then you have your headphone jack. All right, so now that we've taken a look at the microphone, I'm going to go ahead and play these different audio samples for you guys. So I'm going to do 2 rounds of audio samples. The first round, you're going to hear a comparison between the Tank 3 microphone and my Wave 3 microphone, which is my daily driver as of right now. You will hear 2 different variations of the Tank 3 microphone. You'll hear it with the XLR connection, and then I'll also do one with the USB connection, so you can tell me if you hear a difference there. And then lastly, you'll hear my Wave 3 microphone. Now the first round is going to be all raw, no edits, no sound effects, no presets, no anything. So you're going to hear both of these microphones raw. And then the second round, I'm going to add audio effects to both of the microphones, and then you can tell me down in the comments. You can guess. I'll label them A, B, and C, and you can guess which one you think they are. And then also I want you to tell me which microphone you think sounded the best out of both rounds. Now the second round is going to be kind of subjective, so I really want you to pay attention to the first round when both microphones are raw, because once I add audio effects to both of the microphones, it's really hard to say which one is the best for sure, because I'm not an audio wizard. I may not have the best settings for either one of these microphones. You know, my voice is not the same as everybody else's, so when you start adding audio effects and presets and everything, it's a little more nuanced, because not everyone's voices sound the same and not everyone edits the presets or the effects in the same way. So let's go ahead and get into these audio samples, and you guys let me know what your guesses are down in the comment section. It was Saturday afternoon. We all stared at the last slice of pizza. It was cheesy and gooey with rich red tomato sauce on a crispy crust. It sat alone in the middle of the table, still warm, just waiting for someone to gobble it down. Finally, Mom said. That was delicious, but I couldn't eat another bite. I've had enough to eat too, said Dad. That left the 3 of us and the dog. I looked at Josh, he looked at me, and we both looked at Ella. It was Saturday afternoon. We all stared at the last slice of pizza. It was cheesy and gooey with rich red tomato sauce on a crispy crust. It sat alone in the middle of the table, still warm, just waiting for someone to gobble it down. Finally, Mom said, that was delicious, but I couldn't eat another bite. I've had enough to eat too, said Dad. That left the 3 of us and the dog. I looked at Josh, he looked at me, and we both looked at Ella. It was Saturday afternoon. We all stared at the last slice of pizza. It was cheesy and gooey with rich red tomato sauce on a crispy crust. It sat alone in the middle of the table, still warm, just waiting for someone to gobble it down. Finally, Mom said, "That was delicious, but I couldn't eat another bite." "I've had enough to eat too," said Dad. That left the three of us and the dog. I looked at Josh, he looked at me, and we both looked at Ella. All right, so now that you guys have heard the different audio samples in round one, go ahead and take a few seconds to type your answers down below for which microphone you think went with sample A, B, and C. I'll go ahead and give you a couple seconds. Pause the video so you could type your answers, and then I'll go ahead and reveal them in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But now I'm going to go ahead and add some audio effects to the microphones, and then I'll let you guys hear the audio samples again, and you can tell me which ones you think sounded better with some presets and some different audio effects added to them. It was Saturday afternoon. We all stared at the last slice of pizza. It was cheesy and gooey with rich red tomato sauce on a crispy crust. It sat alone in the middle of the table, still warm, just waiting for someone to gobble it down. Finally, Mom said, "That was delicious, but I couldn't eat another bite." "I've had enough to eat too," said Dad. That left the three of us and the dog. I looked at Josh, he looked at me, and we both looked at Ella. It was Saturday afternoon. We all stared at the last slice of pizza. It was cheesy and gooey with rich red tomato sauce on a crispy crust. It sat alone in the middle of the table, still warm, just waiting for someone to gobble it down. Finally, Mom said, "That was delicious, but I couldn't eat another bite." "I've had enough to eat too," said Dad. That left the three of us and the dog. I looked at Josh, he looked at me, and we both looked at Ella. It was Saturday afternoon. We all stared at the last slice of pizza. It was cheesy and gooey with rich red tomato sauce on a crispy crust. It sat alone in the middle of the table, still warm, just waiting for someone to gobble it down. Finally, Mom said, "That was delicious, but I couldn't eat another bite." "I've had enough to eat too," said Dad. That left the three of us and the dog. I looked at Josh, he looked at me, and we both looked at Ella. All right, so that'll conclude the second round. Again, let me know your thoughts on the first round. Which microphone do you think was which out of A, B, and C? And then let me know which one you also thought sounded the best. And that is just over the raw microphones, no audio effects, no nothing. All right, so now if you've gotten a chance to look at the microphone, see what comes with it, what features it has, you've gotten a chance to listen to some sample audio. Who is this microphone for, and is it a good purchase? So right off the bat, man, I do think that this microphone is a great purchase. I think this microphone is great for beginners. If you're somebody who has been doing content creation for a long while and you want a professional sounding microphone, I'm not saying that you cannot get that with this microphone, but there are better sounding microphones out there that you can buy if you want to spend the money. Now, price wise, this microphone comes in at $89.99. Usually that's the retail price, but it's currently on sale for $79.99. It's 11% off. So you will be able to find this microphone on sale a lot of the time. You know, holiday season is rolling around, so the sale might get even cheaper than that. But this microphone is not the best sounding microphone in the world. Like I said, it's geared towards beginners. It's a great budget option, and it gives you some really good features for the price point. Now, another microphone that is similar to this that you can compare this to that is also considered a good beginner microphone is something like the Rode Pod mic. The Rode Pod mic comes in at $100, but you can only use it via XLR. So you would have to buy another audio interface to even use that microphone. So you're going to be coming out of more money. Now, there is another version of the Rode Pod mic that comes with a USB connection and an XLR connection. But from what I can see on Amazon, it's $193. So you're going to be paying more than double the price of this microphone just to get the same features. So with the Tank 3, you get more bang for your buck. On sale right now for $79.99, you get XLR connection and you get USB Type-C connection. So if you don't have an audio interface, you do have the option to upgrade to one in the future, and you could just rock it with the USB Type-C cable in the meantime. The microphone has a very good build quality. It's solid, sturdy, especially at this price point. And with the microphone being a budget-friendly microphone, it sounds pretty decent coming straight out of the box, but after you add some audio effects to it, some presets, you can get this microphone to sound very good. And that's the case with a lot of microphones. You can get some budget-friendly microphones that's not the best of the best, and you can edit your audio and make them sound really, really good. So I do think that this microphone is worth the buy. Great investment for beginners just getting started to content creation or streaming, whatever it is you want to do. So I talked about all the pros and everything I like about this microphone? Is there anything that I dislike about the microphone? So if I'm being honest, there are only like 3 things that I don't really care for with the microphone, and they're just kind of nitpicky, but it is a budget friendly microphone, so everything is not going to be perfect. Now, one thing with the microphone, I do wish it had one of the capacitive touch mute buttons, because when you press this button, you might get some of that clicking or that button pressing in your audio, and you're also moving the microphone and your microphone arm at the same time. So, you know, it doesn't have a shock mount, so you're going to probably pick up on some type of noise. Now, the next thing with the microphone, it does swivel, so you can move this. There's a knob on the side that you can tighten it, but even if you tighten it all the way, it still moves. So, you know, that might be an issue for somebody who moves their microphone a lot. That's not a problem for me because I don't touch my microphone. You know, I'm not a very hands-on person with my microphone. I don't move it around a whole lot. You know, once I sit down and record, I'm sitting down in one place talking to the camera and recording my video. So it's not really a huge deal to me because I'm not touching my microphone that much. And then the last thing with this microphone, like I said, it has a great build quality, but the microphone does pick up on a lot of plosives, and it does not come with a pop filter. I do wish that this microphone came with the pop filter to just kind of help with the plosives, but you know, there are tricks that you can do to help with plosives. You can kind of have your microphone at an angle like what I have here and talk into it at an angle instead of talking to it straight on. That'll help with the plosives. And then also, you know, you got your different presets and audio effects that you can add to it that will also help with that as well. So none of those cons are deal breakers whatsoever, but just some of the things that I wish were better on the microphone. But you guys let me know what you think of the FIFINE Tank 3 microphone down in the comment section below. If you want to pick it up, I will have a link down in the description, so feel free to check it out. I appreciate you guys for tuning in, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Y'all be safe. Peace.